Today on the Terrible Warriors, our mutants have been to orbit, one of their own has been lost, and now a race against time to stop the bees from the moon from destroying everything. Can our mutants stop a second death? Or will the bombs drop once again? All will not be resolved in the next hour. Marvel as our players go completely off script, and Game Master Justin Ecock, he's got no idea what to do, and he just pulls out an ending from his ass. Yes, it's the Terrible Warrior finale episode in the Terrible Warrior tradition, completely made up on the spot. And our gamers around the table who revel in the agony they put their Game Master through, they are your Terrible Warriors. Pew, 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 pew. Welcome back to Terrible Warriors. I'm Justin Ecock. We're playing a space game. We're finally in space. I'm so happy we're finally in space. We had a space battle. It was actually really epic. It was like 3 episodes building up to it, and then we had this epic space battle, and then Derek killed himself.
We fought bees.
We fought the bees. The bees that come from the moon. That's one thing I love about Mutants in Orbit, is it introduced the insects as a mutant class. And all the insects were just in space the whole time. Yeah. And they're very different and more dangerous than the reptile and mammalian mutants because they have their insect brains. They're just not the same. They don't think the same way. And so we're going to find out what that's like when we meet the bee that we captured. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm Justin Ecock, and around this table I am joined with...
I'm Julian Spillane.
And from parts unknown in his secret base...
Mike the Birdman Dodd from thisweekingeek.net.
And from our rewards program on Patreon, joining us is our special guest...
Andy Lido Hughes.
And Andy had some really nice heroic moments there. I think you saved El Greco.
Yes.
Yes. I also surprisingly got the other 2 red shirts to survive.
Yeah, through no help of your own, they made it. The bee is actually Dodd saved their lives by getting in and messing up that one bee. So, correct me if I'm wrong. We have at least 2 bee suits that are undamaged. One with a liquefied bee body and one with like a not liquefied bee body, which is a broken neck. We have a power suit that can have 2 passengers. So yeah, the red shirts can come along. They can go in Dodd, and El Greco and Andy could get into bee suits if they wanted to.
It's true.
I just hope they got like a power washer or something on the space station. You gotta or just whatever, hold your breath.
Yeah, just rinse it out.
Just like he's a duck, he doesn't care. Maybe you get out of. All right, so the last we stepped, I pushed things along a little bit because I want to get to the good stuff for this final episode. Steven comes over the comms channel and we're like, "Good job, everyone! Hey, I got one!" And you hear in the background. The captured cries of a captive bee drone. I don't know how Steve got it, but way to go, Dolphin Steve. And Prince, still in his command office, is go check on Steve, and then we'll figure out the next steps. You can fix this mess that you've caused. Such an asshole. All right, who wants to...
Well,
what do you guys want to do? You don't have to do any of the things I've on. You can be like, fuck this, and just leave.
I think we want to interrogate...
Just go back to Earth.
I think we want to interrogate.
Oh, wait, you lost your only way back home.
Go back to Earth.
There's no return vehicle.
Derek.
I say we pack something full of bombs and launch it at the bees.
Well, we just got to we'll find out what's going on with the bees first. We have one.
Well, I guess we want to find out what happens before they die.
Yeah.
So so you don't have to do anything that I want to. These are just some paths that I've opened up for you. There's still Freedom Station. There's, you can try and find another way back to Earth. There's those jackbooters. You could go check out the belt.
We kind of want to find out what's going on with everything right now, and at least I do. And my character has very little motivation other than. We're in space now. Let's do some shit.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. I've got an interrogation skill as well from my military training and time.
That's true. Yeah, you're like the freelancing assassin.
It's true.
Then he's a Andy is a good dog.
It's true.
Yes, I'm a good boy.
All right, so you
I'm gonna go knock on Steven's door.
Heading over to Steven. The door's been now that habitat ring didn't take any damage. The real damage happened to the central ring. So there's thankfully in the arm there's some decompression. You can go through. They repressurize. You can enter into the side of the H and down the hallway with all the surveillance radio monitors. There's with the gravity kind of. The low gravity going on, the door to Steven's quarters, which is on the opposite end of the arm from the command center that Prince is in, is open, and he's just kind of floating there with his big old dolphin grin.
So took care of all the bees outside. That was fun.
Wanted to get in, huh?
Nearly died. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, one made it through. It's fine though. I got him. He's in the bag. I got him all tied up. I can't outrun Steve. I'm too. And he does like a little quick like flip swim around like. This is my station. This is my station. And oh wow, look at you. You guys you're all right. You're alive and you're not monsters.
Either way. Shall we go introduce ourselves to our guest?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I was gonna go make some tea, but that's on the other side of the station now.
Go on.
I don't know if I can get through. Oh, okay.
Just leave us here, Steven. Go make this useful.
Okay, I'm gonna go work patching up those hull breaches.
You do that.
He flies away.
I shudder as he does that laugh.
He's got a bee tied up in a chair, presumably, or
it's locked in the bathroom.
Okay.
There's like an extra sort of privacy room, and it looked like it got in. There was a scuffle. A lot of things were knocked over. There was things that are like because of the low gravity, so some of the things are kind of floating, but they're falling down like the way like a balloon with not a lot of helium left in it, and the whole office and sleeping quarters just trashed. Looked like there was a bit of a fight going on, and then the door has been like barricaded and jammed shut with like a broom handle, and you can hear on the inside like banging and scratching and.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's just quaint.
So
the reason he's not cutting through it is the cutting tool from the arm has been broken off and is lying on the ground.
So does anyone speak bee?
I speak pain.
That's what I was going to say. So do I. I speak pain as well.
You can make out through the door. The bee is making like, but then also like screaming in various different languages, including English. Like, I ordered the queen. You will let me out.
All right. Well, let's open the door, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
And how are you presenting yourself when the door is open?
Well, presumably.
Weapons
out? Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
presumably
yeah,
everyone else has
weapons out.
Weapons out. I have just katana drawn, and
I have my energy pistol this time.
yeah,
Cool.
basically just pull the broom away and back away from the door.
So the door it backs away, and then the broom's pulled out, and the door flies open, and helmet removed. There's the face of the bee and the compound eyes, but it's got like a mouth that has like needles like around the side, but mutated in a way that it's able to form words and speak. Right? It's like it would be partial to no looks on a bio-E table, and it's standing there with its uniform in various states of brokenness, and the bee looks around, sees that it's outnumbered.
Yeah.
And it starts saying between like back and forth between state your intentions and you'll never take me alive and we will never bow to the human race again.
Do we look human?
You look like the servants of humans. We will never bow. We will never surrender. We are ready for you. We do not take your lies. You may send your human slaves. But we know who you are. We know who you represent. We know what blood is in your veins.
Let's take one of his wings off. Let's see how talkative he is then.
You do right, I do left.
Let's ask him a question first.
Oh, you got 2 against 1 here, Julian.
It's true.
I'm just the GM.
I know.
Hear the voice of reason for a change.
I know. So what were you doing attacking the station?
We were defending ourselves from your unprovoked attack against our territory.
We just came to space to check out what's going on up here. We've received some terrible portents.
We have always waited for the day called ahead by our great queen, that the humans would return, and they would do so in a ball of fire launched from the distant planet. You are but the vanguard of the invasion to come. You will not take us. We will destroy you all.
Well, you sound pleasant.
Maybe we should talk to your queen.
The moon is our sovereign territory. No man has ever landed on the moon, and no man shall ever land on the moon.
The moon?
The
Interesting.
moon, you say? I've always held at the moon during my youth.
So you're based on the moon.
We are not based on the moon. We are from the moon. It is our ancestral right.
And your queen presumably is there?
Our queen rules all. She rules the hive. You won't get anything from me.
Cool.
I looked to him. I was like, you want us to get some information?
You will not stop us. The time is almost nigh. You will all be destroyed
Shut up!
before the cycle of this sun is complete.
I think we've gotten every piece of information we could possibly get from this guy.
You won't get anything from me.
No.
I'll never speak.
I think I could probably get a few more bits of information.
Be our guest.
I don't know. He sounds pretty talked out.
You actually haven't even gotten it.
We haven't even done interrogation
He's just
yet.
speaking the propaganda that he knows. Or
Alright.
she knows.
Yeah,
but
and I am now rolling interrogation on this.
Okay.
Yeah, no. If we're gonna gender the bee drone, it's female
5.
female drone because they had the stingers.
0-5.
You rolled a 5 for your
Roll a 5 for intimidation.
Yes, interrogation.
It backs into the wall.
Yeah, how are you? What are you doing?
As I get closer, I start growling. You will tell us what you know, or I will rip your wings by myself.
The bee she stops, mouth agape. You're a monster. But fine, you'll never be able to stop us. Will you let me live? So that I may kill you another day?
Depends on how you answer.
Well, what can the dogs of man wish to know?
How much wood can a woodchuck chuck?
Julian, or who? What's the equivalent of perception? Is it physical?
It's awareness.
There's strength, endurance, prowess. I guess it would be mental acuity.
Mental acuity. Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Give me mental acuity rolls.
For all of us.
Yes.
All of us, okay.
Just tell me what you roll.
So I rolled 10.
15.
10, 15.
Hold on.
Well, Andy, you're stuck in the interrogation. I don't think you would notice this.
Yeah.
So it comes
Fine.
down to
Is
Dodd.
this a D100 roll?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's a D20 roll, isn't it?
It's a D20 roll, maybe. I don't know how.
I don't think
these
if it's
checks-
mental
attribute
acuity,
checks-
it's a D20. If it's
Yeah.
I don't know how it works
2.
because like some of you have skills that go above 20. You 2?
2.
Okay, so you definitely don't see it.
Err.
Julian, I'll let you go for it. You see the bee, happy to be intimidated and share classified bee intelligence, is reaching behind its back with one of its hands.
Oh, jeez.
Quick, shoot it!
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can do a quick shot.
Are you doing a called shot or like you're shooting a kill?
I'm not gonna be precise with my aim. I just want to basically stop whatever he's doing.
Okay, because if you're trained in the weapon, you can do a called shot.
Yeah. Let's do a called shot. On his called shot to his arm, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
To correct you again, it's female bees are
Sorry.
the warriors,
Sorry. Yes.
and she is reaching.
I'm just basically. You're my surrogate bee. That's why. All right. So I'm going to attack her with a natural 19.
Ooh, nice.
So are you shooting at the hand or the wall or?
Shooting at the hand. I don't really care if we.
So you blast the head. Die! You brutes! You monsters! Everything they said about you is true!
Yes. All right, guys. What do you want to do? I think we should put this bee out of its misery and check out the.
Let's launch it out the airlock.
No. We still haven't got.
Andy,
We haven't
you
gotten
got a
information
question.
yet.
You actually got the interrogation, so Andy gets a question here.
Oh yeah.
What?
How do we get in?
No. What's the signal?
The signal. Gets into like this bee, like, ah! It's a laugh, but it doesn't sound like, ah! The signal heralds your doom. It is the signal of your end, the signal of your past, of your transgressions and your sins. An ancient device. Long since lost and buried, a great queen has found it, and now it sends a warning. But you cannot stop it, it is too late. And you will all burn in a second flash.
That doesn't sound good, guys.
No, it didn't.
And then it starts to cry because his hand has been burnt from an energy rifle shot.
Well, anything else you guys want to know?
Free me or kill me. But I will. Or my kind will fight and kill you another day. You may have won this battle, but we will win the war!
All right. Once he's done talking, I'm just going to run him through with my katana.
Okay.
I back away as the one with the sword that
Wow.
runs it through.
Just run her through.
Wow, you guys just no Geneva Conventions in the apocalypse.
No.
Nope.
So
That bee just threatened the world. It's like, man still wants a world to live on.
I was just tired of its talking.
you just it's been a while since I've done a really good character voice. My voice is straight.
Actually, that would have been a pretty good Cobra Commander voice.
Yes.
Or it's like the one from Homestar Runner with the cheat.
Oh yeah.
Like, we'll blow up the ocean.
But yeah, so I've killed the bee. She's dead. So looks like we need to
moon?
go to the moon. If we want to
I've always wanted to bark at the moon.
if we want to be heroes or something.
Prince is standing in the door of Steven's quarters.
Every
And-
time you say that, I literally picture Prince.
And-
Yeah.
but as a
With
big
purple
Russian
fucking
bear.
cigarette.
Yeah.
But as a big Russian bear. Well, yeah, in a purple smoking jacket now. No, so Prince is in the door, and kind of looking at us like, I see your treatment of prisoners is quite effective.
He
Come.
wasn't going to give us anything more that.
I will tell you what you need to know. And he turns and he walks back towards his command center. And
Oh,
if
let's
you-
see. Let's go see what this
follow him.
Yeah.
what the bear has to say.
All right, come on, Purple Rain. Let's
As
go.
you go into the as you go into the command center, there's a diagram of the moon on one of the monitors. From the diagram is dots going out like old radio signals kind of thing, and he explains the bees have such a shorter lifespan that they go through many generations. So what is old history for us is myth and legend for them becomes dogma. And the paranoia took them over. They shut down the fueling station. There's a launch pad on the moon that was used to reach the asteroid belt, even Mars at some point. May even still have a ship to get you back to where you came from if you wish to scurry away. But the real problem happened several of your months ago when the bees, who have always been digging through the moon because that's all they've ever known, they were drones to mine the moon hollow to bring it out for fuel, even though they got paranoid and cut off. They kept doing what they know how to do because they're stupid insect drone bee brains.
So
And
basically, there's a
They've-
oversupply on the moon for your fuel.
yeah, well, they found a base Leica station receives the signal because it's sent on Russian frequencies that are in sync. The other stations didn't originally pick up or understand what they were hearing. Just another damaged satellite passing by or an old ship running out of fuel. But I knew. And that's why I sent the warning. The nation you know as the Russians built a contingency on the dark side of the moon, a stockhouse of all of their greatest weapons, that should they be taken out of the fight before their enemies, a kill order would be sent to their base that would launch, well, everything. A doomsday machine. He kind of chuckles to himself at the name.
Well, fuck.
They didn't account for the interference, though, when the bombs and the flash happened. The kill order was sent but never received, and so the station went into sleep. And then the bees found it, and then they worship it, and they think it's their sovereign ancestral territory and their plan to stop the humans from ever enslaving them again, and I kind of agree with the sentiment. But if they were to launch that, not a single thing would survive this solar system after that attack. And I'm too old to stop it. I'm 98.
You want us to go...
I'm 98 years old.
To
Born
go to
on
this bee territory
station.
and destroy the station or disable it?
If you can. I don't think you can. You seemed pretty good in that fight.
What about the other stations? Have they mobilized?
They refuse to believe it's even real. They think it's just more conspiracy theories from the tinfoil bees.
Well, looks like we're the ones to do it then.
You could try and mobilize troops, but if the transmission is correct, they're going to launch in 12 hours or so.
All right, to the moon it is.
We got ourselves a timeline.
Yep.
Do you have any vessels other than that armor we appropriated earlier?
Oh, sure, I have a light-capable freighter that can seat 100 and comes with a spa and in-ground swimming pool. He then just stares at you.
I give him that look. It's like,
All right.
this isn't the time for that.
All right. Well, let's suit up and fly to the moon.
Yeah, you do that. Prince shows up in a vac suit and tea. In like a little vacuum, bladder.
Yeah.
He made the tea in the other side of the station, brought it through space, and brought it up. It was like, "Oh, are you leaving so soon? Oh, you just got here. Oh, okay, fine. Well, it's been great. Sorry about that. Your two friends there, but oh well." He then swims off to his quarters. Oh no!
Bye,
This is gonna
Steven.
take forever to clean up.
Sorry, Steven. It's a dead bee.
This is a dead bee in his bathroom. You guys are the worst guests.
Oh, shit.
So Wilhammer and Jack, the surviving rabbit and seagull, were in Steve's wake there with the tea.
Yeah.
They both have little cups of tea. And they're kind of drinking, and they're like, "Are you sure you want us to come along?
I mean,
This kind of sucks."
We kind of need all the help we can get.
And they kind of look like honestly, we kind of talked about it, and we don't know if we're even helpful in this. We might be able to help Prince with
repairs.
right, but I mean,
Yeah, stay behind.
we
help
had
with the
some fight in
repairs.
us, but then we got here, and this is the worst. This just sucks. But I guess if you want, and they will kind of like, and they're like, yeah, okay, well, I mean, you're in charge.
Let's let them
Keep
stay.
down, do what
Let's
they
let
say.
them stay here.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys stay here. We'll either die or come back for you.
Okay. Okay, so how do you want to go? All three of you can fit into the single mech.
Yeah, saves
Or-
having to clean out bee
Yeah.
guts. I don't really feel like power hosing a dead bee suit.
Oh, Steven's already cleaned out one of them. He's got it hanging up in the locker. Just in case Prince wanted to go out for a spin.
Interesting. Well,
The other one's got like a full body in it, and that's just like
I think we can all fit in the mech. Let's just
kind
go.
of heavy. He's just a
Yeah.
dolphin. He doesn't even have any legs.
So I do grab that rifle because that was used. That was handy.
That rifle had how many shots did you fire off?
I think 4 plus the 2 I had on the first round.
So it's
6 shots.
Okay, 6 shots. You have then 14 shots left. I was gonna say because it's a maximum capacity of 40, but this wasn't like
Full.
it wasn't full.
Yeah.
so
So
the
this has
pack,
been used before. Okay.
the pack has it's used to like when Steve wants to like cook some tea from across the station, he just kind of beams it through the portholes. Because it doesn't do any damage to the structural integrity, but it heats your tea up real nice. He didn't know they were gonna come under attack. So you've got 14 shots left on the
Okay.
super gun. And
Basically, I'll probably grab an extra couple of eclipses. They got regular energy rifles.
there's a chance if you were to get into the bee suits that you might be able to pretend to be the bees. Or you could just go and attack them.
I think we should probably just because I think that ruse won't hold up for very long.
No,
It would hold up
I
for.
think considered our luck, we'd probably
I was just picturing
Skywalker
two
to the
people in the
dark
bee
ditch
suits
area.
bringing a mech in handcuffs like Chewbacca on the Death Star.
Exactly what I was thinking. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
boring conversation, anyways.
Dodd, what do you think? Dodd, what do you think?
I like the plan where we go in there, guns blazing.
Yeah.
All right.
And you're probably the most competent pilot of all of us, so more than likely.
I think I'm the only one that has the skill.
Yeah.
I don't mean to break this
Yeah.
to you, but you guys have no way home.
Yeah. We're fucked. Blaze of glory.
They did say we might find a ship that
There is
take
a
us
launch
back down
platform on the
days.
moon that was used for refueling. It's possible. There's something that's still left there that might still work.
All right, let's go light up some bees.
Light it up! Okay, so are you all in the mech?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we're all going to cram into the mech.
Okay, so 2 people are passengers in that mech. So you're just going to be kind of along for the ride until he gets you out. So I'd be in your vac suits in case you need to make a quick escape.
Yeah.
And as you're heading towards the moon, you'll get there, but this mech is not like... It doesn't have the maneuverability of the bee suits. It doesn't have the speed of the space digger. It's not designed like station to moon. Which keep in mind, it took Apollo like 3 days to get there. You're gonna get there, but if the launch really is happening in 12 hours, you're gonna have 1 hour to go when you arrive.
Great.
Because nothing says a final episode like a timer.
Time
Ticking
limit.
timer.
A little ticking time bomb.
Well, we're on the Metroid time limit.
So as you're coming towards the moon, like the patrol squad was effectively decimated by Mutork's sudden departure, and you pick up some distant movement, but it's hard to tell if those are bees or some of the other, like he mentioned these ships called jackbooters. But I mean, space is big. It could just be like a derelict satellite or piece of debris or Mutork's body. Who knows?
Yeah.
But nothing immediately on your passage to the moon until you start getting closer to being like in the moon's gravity pull as your velocity begins to increase as you're getting closer to being captured into the moon's gravity well. You do start getting chatter being sent over an open wavelength, another kind of like identify yourself sort of message. But it's speaking, I don't know, bad bee.
Yeah.
And what are you going to respond to the message, or are you just going to keep going through?
I think we should. Responding will just be pointless.
You're coming around the moon as you're going past the horizon, and it goes to the dark side. You can see the lights of a base kind of coming up, like I'm going to call it Armstrong Station. The lights coming out. This was on the dark side, always facing away from the Earth, was a great location to launch out into the solar system without having to do escape velocity from Earth.
Yep.
So that's where that station's from. But around there, you definitely can see the swarm of patrol bees and movement even along the surface of where the mines are. The surface of the moon at this point does not look like the moon as it does in our time. The 100 years of mining bee drones have sculpted the surface into quarries and ravines and long chasms, all in straight sort of, like a beehive. Like it's all been done, not exactly honeycomb style, but to that kind of uniform of a hive mind.
Yeah.
And so there's these elaborate patterns as they've gone through just to get the carbon out of the soil or out of the surface of the moon and that.
Crazy.
And as one single mech, you're too small to be being picked up by a number of the proximity detectors. Like if you went in with Space Digger, they'll let you get through that just because it also saves us time. And you'll get into the base. How do you want to enter? Do you want to go in through a mine tunnel? Do you want to go in through the front door?
Want to shoot some missiles at the base to do some structural damage? Dodd, what do you think?
Like you've been told by Prince, this doomsday device, they've been digging a massive well down to the chamber that they found. They've been like digging it out to breach the surface so it has an open line. So they can basically building a missile silo. And you can see the intense construction work over that giant hole. It's huge. That would be the quickest way, but it would also be the way with the most dice rolls.
Mm-hmm. Dodd, you're the one with the guns right now.
You're the one flying the mech.
I think we should attack a fuel line. If it's like a mining facility, that all that equipment needs fuel.
Yeah.
It's also going to
Starkiller base style. I like it.
And we'll start seeing some nice explosions from that too.
Yep.
It'll get them scurrying and focusing on the wrong things.
Well, that's easy enough to see. You can see giant, like oil pipes, or not oil, but giant fuel line pipes that are keeping the refineries that are used to refine the carbon that is picked up from and put it into fuel cells. So that's all around. And carbon isn't as combustible as other fuel sources, which is one reason why it's so preferred. But in these kinds of quantities and that kind of thing, yeah, you can still set it off. Certainly with the weaponry.
So here's what I'm thinking: how many missiles do I have in my pack, like grand total?
I'm going to roll for that.
I was kind of picturing it in my head as like a Mech Warrior style thing where you have like like a silo of 4 on 4 on each shoulder.
But you fired a bunch. So on your left shoulder you have 4, and on your right shoulder you have 3.
So we got 7 total.
And that's all the missiles, because you fired a bunch of those in the original attack on Leica Station.
What if we
and
did
you
this,
still
guys?
have on your arms, you have on your right arm a laser-mounted cannon. But that's, again, like, because this is... It's meant for, like, simple defense and mining and stuff, so your left arm is just really big and heavy.
Here's my plan. I'm not going to fire these missiles. I'm going to throw them like hand grenades so they don't go off. They won't be detected because there won't be any propellant. They won't be going fast enough to set off any motion detectors. They'll just be they'll be just like a piece of debris.
So you want to just get your mech into a trajectory, do a single burst, and then power down so you don't show up on any sensors.
Yep, and then just
pull
start
the missile out and just start
things,
dropping them.
Using natural gravity.
Oh, like mines.
Basically, yeah. Then as soon as they're at the locations, have them rig the blow, and we'll take out as much of the refinery as we can. We'll blow some shit up. We've still got a pretty powerful laser. And then we'll find the biggest nuclear thing and go bye-bye.
Yeah, because
this is a one-way trip.
These missiles are going to need a certain amount of impact in order to go off, or they're just going to bounce.
Gravity on the moon.
It's a little too low. But if you lined up like missile along the pipe, you could then cause a chain reaction if you then use your cannon, or if someone else,
or the
say
laser.
with a chemical laser, were to use it to heat up the insides of the carbon refinery. It could create...
They can,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so basically I'm getting up on top. Can I actually use my mag boots and actually latch myself onto the mech's outer hull?
Sure.
You could try.
Yeah, you sit on his shoulder.
And I basically, if he's needing like a chemical thing to ignite the things, pot shot.
Oh, even better, Dodd, if you're okay with it, he could surf you on the back.
All right.
Surf the mech. We just got his 2 mag boots on the back, and you just orient it, and away you go. Because that's super 80s.
It is.
So the back leg of the mech opens up, which is where the passenger compartment is, and you pull yourself out and close the back of the leg again, and you mag lock onto his back, and I want to get a piloting roll from Mike, and then an attack roll from Andy.
Okay, what am I rolling here?
Well, you don't have any pilot mech suits, but you do still have pilot spaceship. I'm going to say that's close enough.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain it operates the same.
Same principles.
How fast do you want to go?
I rolled 20.
How fast do you want to go?
I want to go super quick.
Okay, you can go. Well, this thing, and I was looking up the L7 stats that the game has, and there's stupid fast. And then there's, maybe it's too fast. Height, length, physical attributes, cargo, running, leaping, space flight, in zero gravity, good maneuverability, reasonable speed, rocketing as fast as 300 miles per hour. So
I like 298. Got to be conservative a little bit.
All right, so about like 400 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
You're coming in. Are you going to buzz the surface as this happens?
Yep.
So staying low so they can't detect you.
Yeah.
And on top, while this is happening, attached by mag boots is a canine commando.
Yep.
So describe what you're doing, Andy.
Basically, I've tracked the first missile he drops until it gets to the point where he wants me to detonate it.
Oh, is that okay? Sorry, I missed that particular detail. Okay, so
because I'm using that heat up rifle.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Dodd needs to drop the missiles first.
That's not really so much a roll. He's just dropping them and
dropping them. I guess. Yeah.
You're just dropping them. So what I need, Andy, is for you to track the missile and then attack it and deal enough damage to break the missile's SDC.
Okay. So what do you want me to roll for the tracking?
So that's a good question.
Perception,
I'm
awareness,
at
marksmanship.
Roll me 100. Roll me 2d10s, and you're gonna roll under 65.
Okay. 23.
Okay, so you are able to. So, how many missiles are we dropping, Mike?
I got 7. Let's do 7. Let's do them all.
All right, then I'm just gonna very quickly. You got your first one was a success. Roll 6 more times very quickly. We'll go check X, whatever. Under 65 to track the missiles.
32 on the second.
Okay, check.
42 on the third.
Uh-oh. Okay, 4 more.
58.
You're gonna do it. All right.
That's getting a little good. I'm getting a little curious. Here's like what? That's how many?
We got 4 in. I'm keeping track. Keep going.
Two more. Oh,
3 more.
Yeah. 3 more.
All right. 5th one here.
27.
Okay, and where we go? Almost here. Gotta have a clean sweep. There we go. And
Right on the number. 65.
blap blap. Okay, roll again. 6 out of 7 isn't gonna be bad.
0-1.
Perfect. So now just roll your damage dice. We'll just do that once. How many is that? Is that 5d6?
Yep, 5d6.
Crazy.
I wonder if it's enough damage to detonate a missile.
15, 18,
Yeah.
20 SDC.
Yeah. Oh my God, you did it. Okay. So as you guys are going, so Mike, you're buzzing down over the pipes. You drop the missiles, doom, doom, and they kind of you throw them like lawn darts, so they have a way of like sticking just a little bit into the soft paper mache soil of the moon, and then right behind while surfing, but behind you, tracking with the chemical laser, you all but one is hit, and along the way in your wake, and there's like this wall of fire coming up behind you as you're rocketing towards the refinery station. And do you want to bank up before the refinery station blows up? Or are we going through it like cool guys?
We're going through it like cool guys.
Going through it like cool guys. Okay, you're going to have to roll.
Through the comm, you're hearing me kind of howling.
Okay, roll a piloting check, and Andy, roll high or low.
Okay, so you want me to call high or low and you roll, or you want me to roll?
High or low?
Just pick
I'll call high.
Okay. So,
Whoops.
Dodd, go ahead and roll your piloting.
Okay. God damn it. 34.
34. So you go through the explosion. Now, Julian's safe. He's inside the mech suit. And Dodd is safe. He's inside the mech suit. The explosion's heat isn't going to be so high as to break through most of the SDC of the suit. It's fine. Andy, you're on the outside. Your mag boots will keep you connected. But you said high, and I rolled a 2.
Crap.
You have a pressure leak in your vac suit now. As the heat has damaged one of the oxygen valves going into your suit, and you're leaking air out into the
can I
vacuum
use
space. It's not an immediate problem. You got time.
Can I use my armor skill to patch it?
I don't. You can certainly try and do a patch, but either way, your oxygen is going to be compromised. This is not technology you're necessarily used to. 'Cause
Right.
no one else has ever used it. The only person who has that kind of skill is actually in the mech suit. And
Yeah,
and
I
Mutork,
make
who's no longer with us.
I make for one of the passenger things because, ooh.
But what are you going to patch it with? You don't really have like duct tape on you right now. If you can let me know what it is that justifies it, either way, or
I guess I can't if I,
or we can just
if I
land and
don't have
deal
any
with it.
duct tape or something like. So I make for the pasture hold.
Okay, so you're just pinching it with your finger between thumb and index finger. You're pinching down on your oxygen.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You still have several minutes before it's going to be a real problem. But Mike, you should probably come in for a landing. Where do you want to land now in the base? A massive explosion has gone off. The refinery has been destroyed, and not noticing you through the explosion, the debris, and being too close to the surface, the swarm is moving up and over you like an arc down to begin dealing with the fire.
I want to go.
Well, not the
in
fire
where
because it
the
won't be a
swarm's coming
fire,
from.
but dealing with the damage and the explosion, tend to their wounded kind of thing. Say again, Dodd?
I want to go in where they're coming out of.
So you're going fast, and any of the bees that notice have a hard time reacting at this quick enough, and you zip
Wow.
past them into the quarry hole. And you're going down into the belly of the moon. And a few bees who are heading towards the refinery explosion try to turn, and they're now following in your wake. But you got the skinny on them, so they're not following as fast. Well, I mean they are, but you got a head start on them. You can hear over the chatter on the radio warnings. They've warned ahead, and we're gonna get some. Piloting checks from you, Dodd. Dodge rolls, actually, as there's weapons fire coming up from within the pit.
Oh, well, this sounds fun. Okay.
Keep it exciting.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
We're entering in. There's only 30 minutes left of the explosion.
We're gonna.
Whoops.
The
One.
whole solar system's gonna die, and it'll be our fault. Or there is no weapon.
70.
Sorry, say again?
70.
Okay, Andy, what's your AR?
13.
Oh, that's it's stuck in my book.
We die together!
And I have
It's a pretty good day to die.
take 8, 13, 16, 28 damage to your SDC onto your armor.
Okay, so out of 80 I have... And what was the total?
80. Let's just make it a clean 30. Bring it down to 50.
Okay. I was just getting up a calculator so I could keep track.
So you get hit by a couple of ion bolts being sent up from a turret down in the pit.
Yipe!
And
You got hit by something like that.
pilot kind of he's able to avoid being hit himself, but forgets he's got a dog stuck to his back. And you take one.
I hadn't made it to the pasture thing yet. Okay.
No, are you trying to get back inside now?
That's what basically I'm pinching and basically trying to get back inside.
Okay, yeah. So that's tough. You open up the leg. You're back inside. Dodd, you're gonna come in for a landing. Are you gonna do a superhero landing?
Oh, yeah. Roll it again.
Okay, roll a piloting check for a superhero landing on one knee. The knee that Andy's in.
50.
You land on Andy's. That's fine. You come in for the cool superhero landing. All the low gravity moon dust goes up.
Yep.
And in the pit, you are now surrounded by like 8 drones who are down. And they're in the same black and yellow armor. Their guns are out, and now you're in a mech, and you got the 2 guys inside. So roll for initiative.
Yep.
Die, motherfucker combo.
11.
Andy, what's your initiative?
That's the D20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
15.
Okay. Andy, what's your initiative?
Oh, my initiative, just a second here. Okay, so just... Do I have any initiative mod? Nope, I just need to roll you.
Yep.
15.
15. All right, so Dodd, top of the round. You're in the mech suit. Oh, I got to roll my initiative.
Shooting all the things.
Top of the round goes to me. I rolled a 19.
No.
Bees. So, how many did I say? 8?
Yep.
Made you all level 5s for a reason.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the only thing they're shooting right now is the mech suit, because the 3 of you aren't out of the suit yet. So, what is... I can't tell you what... You can't tell me what the suit's AR is, because I've got the stats in front of me. L7 Explorer. Height. Weapons. Hand-to-hand combat. Restrained punch. Nice. Okay, so... It doesn't... Oh, this is all like riff stuff, so I got to make it up. Those 2 are going to hit. They're high enough. And then 3 more. That's going to hit. So 3 hit you. For the energy weapons...
What are the hit points on this thing?
There are a lot. So... 12, 14, 15. God damn it, I hate all this stuff. 21, 25, 6, 7, 29. Ooh, 12, 29, and 12.
31.
31. 29 and 12 is 41.
41.
41, 46, 49, 51. Come on. This is the last one. Am I going to get it? Am I going to get high enough? I think so. 41, 47. You don't even know what I'm counting up to. 51. Oh, I got to get to 60.
55.
55.
59, I think you rolled.
No! The SDC on your arms are 60. And I just did 59 damage to it. So your arm-mounted weapon, the laser cannon, has been
toast.
it's not destroyed, but it is completely inoperable, and that whole arm was almost completely blown off. They focused fire onto the shoulder and get one of the missiles, and ended up going for shoulder directional jets, legs. Yeah, no, they went for the arms because they're like the big beefy things that are sticking out the front, and the main body is 350, so they'd have to do a lot more than that. So now it's Dodd's turn.
All right, I rolled an 18. Gonna smash him with my other arm.
As the dust is beginning to clear and the lights all around you, you see at the base of this is as far as you can see rails and rails and rails of loaded missiles, like ballistic, interplanetary weapon missiles. Just, it's like the warehouse from Indiana Jones, but missiles.
Yeah.
So, guys, how do you feel about a blaze of glory?
You want to blow him up?
Yep.
I got nothing else to live for, so.
Well, all that matters is the mission. I am going to grab one of the missiles and destroy it.
Okay, well, the missiles are like you're at the base of the cavern, and it's around you in like in silos that are all out. Like they would be brought in and then launched, and brought in and launched, like on like a long conveyor belts that go way out into the moon. You're not near them. You're surrounded by the bees. Behind the bees is the missile chamber that they discovered.
So I need to get through them to get to the missiles.
Well, yeah, that'll be easy. I mean, they're just
You can just engage your thrusters.
exactly.
I'm surging through them.
Yeah.
I'm going kamikaze.
So are we doing like Dr. Strangelove here? Where you're just gonna ride the nuclear
Yep.
missile down? And you guys are okay being inside the mech while is that like you're a shin bone at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck it. All right.
White was a good boy. Let's blow it up.
Does my 18
I have one more Patreon NPC that I'm not going to get to now. We're going to blow up the moon before that happens.
Yep.
All right. Sorry. We'll just have to make good on that in Ravenloft game. So go ahead, Mike.
Does my 18 do it?
This is what off the rails sounds like.
Yep.
Does your 18 do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it does it.
So you're just basically, are you just charging into the missiles?
Charge! Full thrust.
So as you charge past, one of the bees grabs onto one of your ruined arms. They're like holding on. They're like, no! As they're holding on. And another one grabs the back of the foot. And they're being like pulled along as you're rocking past. But two of them latch on as you head into one of the silos with the missiles. And are you really just going to detonate this?
Yep. It
Okay.
makes the most sense. I'll take them all out.
I should. Okay. That's fine. We'll talk about that in the debrief.
Rolling it again. 18.
Okay, I need you to roll. What impact damage? Okay, so your hand-to-hand combat.
Well, how heavy is it? Does it have a
A
weight?
full strength, a power punch counts as 2 attacks. Ram. Oh, it actually does have ram. 4d6 of massive damage. Okay, so roll me 4d6 into the first missile.
What does massive damage imply?
It's a rifts thing. It's just.
MDC. Mega damage.
22.
Yeah, mega damage versus structural damage.
Right.
I think it's like 1 mega damage is equal to 100 structural damage.
Okay.
Closer to 1 million.
Oh.
It's ridiculous.
So
This is why the After the Bomb characters can never go to Robotech.
Yeah.
So you're attacking with Robotech power right now.
Yeah.
So what did you roll?
22.
Oh God.
So 22 million structural damage or whatever that is.
So back at Leica Station, Prince has sent these 3 explorers from the surface of Earth. And he's been watching your progress as you dipped off the radar and disappeared once you arrived at Armstrong Station. He goes, I probably should have warned them not to detonate the moon. Meanwhile, back down on Earth. I guess we're not doing a sequel, guys. Down on the Earth.
Did we
at,
just?
Utah
Did we,
lives.
at Rush? Oh, it was Rushmore.
Rushmore Base, yeah.
Rushmore Base,
I believe so.
something like that.
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt Belt, Mount Roosevelt base of the Coalition of Species. They haven't heard, but they've been watching on telescopes. They've seen the damage of Lake Station on optical telescopes. They've been watching what's been going on. They can't believe that not only are there people alive up there, but they're fighting. And then there's this explosion, a shockwave that is seen before it's ever felt. In fact, it takes almost an hour before it's felt on the Earth, but it's a terrifying moment when the moon seemed to rupture. Because in this moon, do you guys know what the Tsar Bomba is?
Yeah.
No.
The Tsar Bomba was a test. This is one thing I had written down. Tsar Bomba was a test rocket by the Russians. It was detonated only ever once as a test in Siberia, and it shattered windows in Norway, and it sent a seismic shockwave around the Earth 3 times. It's the biggest thing that's ever been blown up on the planet. That was a test of a smaller bomb. The larger bomb was constructed but then never detonated. In the world of after the bomb, I would imagine that such a nation had created even more powerful ones of these and had stockpiled them in the moon.
Oh.
Thousands of them. That kind of shock would be capable of cracking at least enough of a seismic shift to at least blow off the surface of the moon, if not just crack the moon in half, because this was down in its core that this base had been left.
Did we just launch part of the moon on Earth?
You definitely blew up a good chunk of it. And the shockwave from it did send out debris, and as Lake Station is bombarded by micrometeorites, it's shattered to pieces. And Stephen and Prince, trying to get into their vest suits and drink their last cup of tea, is the whole ship is blown apart. Freedom Station is on the other side of the planet and is protected, but Outcast Station takes another brunt of the shockwaves as thousands of ships around orbit of Earth are destroyed. The bees are not going to be a problem anymore.
Solves one problem.
And on Earth, the environmental impact of the damage to the moon that it will have on a planet that is still healing after the bombs, we cannot even begin to calculate. And it's not your problem because you're not on the moon anymore.
We're dead.
Nope. I'm going to roll a d4 here. And we're going to find out where Mutork went.
Oh.
Because
To Ravenlaw!
his weapon basically did in a controlled manner what your explosion has done.
Oh no.
The bombs of that magnitude and that concentration and you at the very center of it? Oh, I'm not going to let you die.
That would be too easy.
I got this book here.
Oh, God.
Julian?
Transdimensional Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh no. Dimension X.
So I have 4 outcomes. And I'm debating on whether or not to resolve on it right now or to leave it up to like a vote on Patreon, but I don't think we're going to resolve it right now. D4.
Yep.
Okay.
If it's a 1, we're going into the past. If it's a 2, we're going sideways into an alternate history. If it's a 3, we're going way into the past. And if it's a 4, you've died.
All right.
And then Mutork will be the only survivor. And away we go. It's a 3.
Well, we're going to prehistoric times.
So you're in the cave. As you're heading into the mech, your fist makes contact with the front of the warhead. And there's a moment where it almost feels like time has stopped for everyone. It's like, ding! And then it cracks and a bright white light opens up, but it's not an explosion so much as a tear. And instead of punching and exploding, you punch through the missile, Dodd, and through this tear, like you're ripping through paper, through the fabric of time and space. And the force of the rift obliterates your mech. But that's okay because you guys are inside of it. and you survive. And as you come out the other side of the rift, and it spits the debris of the L7 Explorer into tiny little confetti pieces, the three of you come rolling out onto the ground, and you hit the dirt. And as you look up, you see desert and volcanoes, and then heavy pounding as riding on the back of a great lizard. I really wish Derek had a line here to say, but Mutork's been waiting for you two to show up. And he's acting as king of the dinosaurs.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Mees, I'm glad you are here. Mees, I'm king of dinosaurs.
Oh, Jesus.
And then the T-Rex, he's on top, which isn't a historical accurate T-Rex. I'm sorry, Daniel Defoe. Because we're going with Jurassic Park dinosaurs of this one.
No feathers.
Let's out a big roar, and Mutants in Orbit banner flutters down as the broken L7 Explorer plays out to.
David Bowie.
If we ever return to After the Bomb, we're doing prehistoric times.
Yep.
You've been hurled back in time, and there's no future to return to because you destroyed the world. Jackasses. All you had to do was stop the countdown. You didn't. Okay. I didn't tell you what the solution was.
A good idea at the time.
It was a great idea, but I wasn't.
And the thing is, the bear never said not for us to trigger the bombs.
You never asked.
Yeah.
You never.
I mean,
he
to be
just
fair-
told you that they were going to blow up the solar system.
And he probably also thought that, like, we
Just
wouldn't
stop
be insane.
Or just stop them. Like, they're a religious cult. There was going to be this moment where you're going to meet, like, the queen bee, and they would be, like, talking about how they've misinterpreted history, that the first person on the moon was a bee because of Buzz. They were going to Buzz Strongarm, the first bee on the moon, the sovereign territory. We founded it. It is our place. We escaped the oppressions of mankind, and never again, never forget.
Yep.
Well,
So anyway, he didn't fuck up. It's just whatever.
We
That
stopped the
plane
bees.
went sideways.
It was great. So I'm really glad, because if we had gone to number 1 on the D4, you would have ended up in Manhattan with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
If
that
you'd
would've
gone
been
number 2, you would have gone alternate history, and we would have done something like Rifts or an alternate dimension. And 3 was the dinosaurs here. And
4 was death.
4 was going to Meanwhile with Mutork,
Yeah.
but without you guys being there.
Well, we lived to survive another day.
Mutork, king of the
okay.
dinosaurs. And don't worry, we still have a bunch of characters that are still from the Roadhogs campaign that are going to be on Earth dealing with the fallout of the moon exploding.
Yep.
That sucks for them. Because I had this whole plan where if Cassie were to come back as Grunt, she was going to, like, hunt down to rescue Mutork from the people that kidnapped him from the parade. But I had that whole thing I teased at the end of Furry Road. There's a robot chimera made of the dead bodies of the first campaign hunting down the members of the Furry Road.
Yep.
Didn't get around to them either. There's some loose threads out there.
There's still a planet Earth.
There's still a planet Earth. It just has a broken up moon that's now like a ring around the planet instead of a single celestial body.
Yeah.
So I mean, whatever. You don't need tides.
so kind of like the moon in Simple Gear.
Yeah.
Weather patterns.
You don't need any of
whatever. Technology will save us.
Just made it better.
The prairie dogs are gonna be fine. They're underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the bovine states that are.
Yeah. Fucked.
Guys, thank you for joining me.
That was fun.
was
Yes,
weird.
that was definitely.
Good times are had by all.
And for Mutants in Orbit? Question mark. I have been your game master, Justin Ecock. Thank you for joining me and enjoying this weird, wacky time we've had together. I have been joined here at my table with Julian.
Julian Spillane. Check out Use Your Words on Twitter, on Facebook. UseYourWordsGame.com. It's coming out next year.
This might already be February by the time this listens.
Yeah,
so it's like
that
it's
case-
coming out in a couple weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Who knows?
It might already be there.
2017.
That's awesome. And of course, we had Derek Burrow joining us for the first stuff. He sacrificed himself nobly because he had to go to work. And we also from the secret base, the Bird's Nest, we have
Mike the Birdman Dodd, and I blew up the moon.
Look what you've done! Look what you've done! I say, pointing at the moon. in pieces. Hey, Andy, how does it feel to have destroyed the world?
The friggin' tick.
What was that, Justin?
How does it feel to know that you destroyed the world?
It's not the first time I've had a TPK happen on my watch.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being a supporter.
Is that the first Terrible Warriors total party kill?
I mean, yeah, if that counts. The other close one was the first after the bomb, where half the party died.
Yeah.
And Paranoia, where everyone died at least once.
Yeah, but but I think this might have been the very first
You actually
TPK.
You just did it to yourselves.
Yeah.
I love that.
Siri was like, none of us were really that computer savvy, and it was dealing with Russian that only Mike or only the Birdman could read.
Yeah, that's funny.
Good times.
Cool.
Well, congratulations,
a good
everyone.
idea.
Hey, you know what? There's always a solution to every problem, and some just end with the destruction of the entire planetary environment.
Yep.
So again, if you want to be a guest on a future campaign, you can check us out at Patreon as one of the rewards. We also had Stephen Prince and David S. Pumpkin as our Patreon reward names, featured as NPCs. Didn't get to the last one. That'll be over for, we're going to throw that into Ravenloft, I believe. And that'll be weird because I think he's actually also in that game as a guest. So maybe not. Maybe we'll just save it for another future game. Anyways, I will be back with more games during the year. I have Masks, the RPG, Mouse Guards on standby, a game, actually the box is sitting right next to me, called Fall of Magic. It's super sad, you guys. It's real full of feels.
Yay.
And of course, maybe in a year or two, we'll return to prehistoric mutants in Dinosaur Land.
Prehistoric Turtlesaurus.
Because the other one was, if we had gone to Manhattan, I was going to call it Before the Bomb. That was going to be the campaign. And that was going to be kind of cool. But I like leaving things up to random chance.
Yeah.
And that's it. Thanks, Dodd. Thanks, Julian. Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Derek.
Have a good one.
Guys.
I know.
Later.
The Terrible Warriors is new episodes every Tuesdays and every Thursdays, and Mutants in Orbit is done for now, which means if you're a Patreon supporter, you can head to patreon.com/Terrible Warriors, where the complete campaign has already been posted. There is no debrief for this particular game. We've played Palladium games a bunch of times, and it was very difficult to get all the players at the same time. One of the reasons why Mutoric died was Derek had to leave early. One of the reasons why we didn't launch until the third episode is Julian wasn't able to arrive until a little later. So that's another reason why we had a 5-episode arc. We also recorded this on the same day as the 5-Minute Dungeon Kickstarter special, so we kind of double booked ourselves. We will record a debrief someday, but for now, the complete campaign is up on Patreon, and I want to give a special thanks to Andy Hughes for being a great sport by being our loyal dog, our Patreon supporter, who thanks to his support was able to join us and may or may not have destroyed the world in the process. Yes, you could destroy all life on Earth by supporting us at Patreon. On Thursday, return to us as we continue the adventures of Change and Stone. We return to the world of Deadlands, but we're not in the Weird West anymore, no. We've gone 220 years into the future. And listen, this is the Wasted West. Those rules you used to know, they don't apply anymore. If you come back to this place on Tuesday, our other campaign we have running at this time is Masks, the New Generation, a game chosen by our Patreon supporters in a poll that we put up a few months ago. It is a world of superheroes going back generations, and our players play young teenage superheroes who have to fend off the influence of everyone around them because everyone's got an opinion of what kind of hero they're going to become. When last we saw them, they were plummeting 50 stories off of a skyscraper heading to the ground. So the campaign's going to end real soon when they hit the floor. So come back to see the exciting continuation, true believers. In Masks on Tuesdays, the campaign that will be replacing Mutants in Orbit, now that is done, is another game chosen by Patreon supporters. A new kind of game, one we've never played before. It was one that I personally backed on Kickstarter, called Norlandia. And Norlandia is a game of murder, an investigation in a city of our own creation. When we started, nothing existed. The city, the districts, the people, the investigators, the victim himself. But by the end of our story, a conspiracy that brought the entire city to its knees. It was a very cool process, and I'm excited to show you the first episode in 2 weeks' time in a campaign we're calling Smoke and Mirrors. As always, you can follow us on Twitter at Dice Warriors, and you can find our schedule at terriblewarriors.com, as well as a complete and total archive of every campaign we've ever played, available for free, forever, for you. Today's Terrible Warriors were Derek Burrow, Julian Spillane, Mike Dodd, and Patreon supporter Andy Hughes with Game Master Justin Ecock. And until we meet again, just remember that just because you punch a nuclear warhead doesn't mean it's the end of the story. We'll return to the after the bomb world. I guess now it's way, way, way before the bomb. Either way, I don't think we're done here. And I don't think you're done here either. Because there is so much more to tell on the Terrible Warriors.